All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how I helped a law firm in Australia get about a 800% increase in organic traffic through SEO on their website. And this one's slightly interesting because I use a slightly different tactic on this one than I usually do with my main content strategy. So I'm going to go over that one in a minute and how I did that. But what I'm going to show you first is the proof. So you can see here that this website, they had an old website, which was just built on Wix, very basic website. I think it had like 2 or 3 pages on it or something, and it wasn't really ranking for much. You can see here it ranked for about 80 keywords back in April, May 2023. And I built them a new website in about May, June 2023. And you can see this massive spike in the keywords just after we launched the new website. So that's why there's such a sharp increase there. And then what we actually did is I didn't do any SEO for them ongoing for that period. We just left it there because that's what they wanted to do for the time being. And so a couple months ago, we started working on it again. And you can see another very sharp ramp up here since I have started continuing to optimize the website. Now, what's interesting with this one, I haven't really done much of the blogging content strategy that I normally do. This was all optimizing the services pages on their website and basically trying to squeeze out as much as I can out of that first before doing the content. So I'll show you that the graph here in Google Search Console. Now, this is after we launched the new website. So basically, this is already the increased traffic. So what you're looking at on this graph is not even down here, but it's actually from this point here where we actually launched the new site, because I don't have data on the one before that. Yeah, this is already an increase, but you can see here that they were about 5 to 10 clicks a day on average, let's say. And right now they're getting anywhere from 15 to 30, let's say. You can see if we take a look at that. And the analytics data basically aligns with that as well. If you take a look here, they're anywhere from about 20 to 40 clicks a day on average. And as of August 2024, they had 706 organic users from this. So that's an example of the kind of traffic increase you can get, not even doing content, but just optimizing your pages accordingly. So what did I actually do to make this happen? I'll show you the strategy that I used behind this. So this law firm specifically focused on 2 key areas of law, which is property law and wills and estates. And so what I did on this one is, first of all, identified exactly what areas we needed to rank for what keywords for these areas of law. So when I first started working with them, they basically had I think it was just a general property page and just a general wills and estates page, and that was it. However, for things like probate lawyer, you can see here, you get a lot of searches for this, and they weren't ranking for things like that. And so I first went and I identified all of the different areas of law that we want to rank for. So things like wills and estates, then will disputes specifically, drafting a will specifically, estate planning, probate, disputes like will and estate disputes. I think I might have mentioned that one. And then we had property, we had commercial property, conveyancing, property law, property disputes, and we're still expanding on some areas within that as well. Now, what I did here is, instead of focusing on the content strategy that I normally do, which is going to come down the road, because we only built the website and then have only recently started working on it again, I decided to re-optimize everything that we did initially using more tools that I now have that I didn't back then, which was over a year ago, and just improve things and basically try and squeeze the lemon as I could. And so what I did is I ran every page on this website through Surfer, and I also optimized all of the URLs. And so basically what that did is it took what was already there, which was already pretty good, but obviously in the last like 15 months, I learned a lot more and got some more tools and things like that I used. And so what I did is I updated all the URL structures across the whole site to better optimize it and target it better. And then I ran every page through Surfer and basically upped the scores. Some of them were doing pretty decent. The scores were maybe 50, 60%, but I made sure to up them all to 75% and over, so that we're basically better than every other competitor on page 1. And so what that did is that, one, the new URL now made the page more targeted to the specific keywords. Let's say, for example, probate lawyer or the area they're in. And then the content was even better than what was on page 1 already. And so to do that, we had to expand the content on some of the pages, add an FAQ with more headlines and specific NLP keywords that Surfer recommended. By the way, if you're not using Surfer SEO, I highly recommend you do. I'll put an affiliate link in the description below. I recommend you go get it. I use it for basically every page I make now because it makes a huge difference. As you can see here, the reason this spike happened is because we went through and optimized all these pages with Surfer, and that was one of the reasons, along with the URL restructuring. And so basically, we haven't really added any new pages to the site yet, but we still got an increase from around 400 keywords to about 600 keywords. Let's say 450 keywords to 600. That's still about a 25% increase just by doing that on the pages that were already there, not even putting any more content. And so this overall just shows you the power of optimizing the website just the services pages and doing that correctly and targeting them correctly, not even talking about doing the content expansion strategy, which I like to do long term, but just getting the actual website right and focusing on the right pages and optimizing them correctly can get you this kind of result as well, and almost a 10 times increase in traffic. So I wanted to outline that in this video because this one was an interesting case where I didn't do the normal strategy. Now we are going to start doing that normal strategy, and from here I would expect this to double from here easily. So what I'll probably do is do an update video in maybe another 6 to 12 months from here and see how things go. But basically this is another example of what can happen when you correctly optimize all the pages on the site and get everything really tightly well done before you start throwing out a bunch of content. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you'd like my help with your law firm or other service-based business, you can go to dominatemarketing.io and book a call with me there. We do performance-based SEO and Google ads to basically come up with a deal that makes sense for you so that you can pay a price that makes sense depending where you are, and we both grow long-term to win. So go to dominatemarketing.io if you want to book a call with me there. Otherwise, catch you on the next one.